All right, just pulled into the shop. It's 7:20. Been eating these factor meals. Been trying to lose some weight, get back in better shape. I don't know how good they are for you, but better than eating at the gas station. So this is the Toyota yesterday that we did the AC service on, that we got a video of. He said he was driving down the road and he said that oil went everywhere. He said something blew off and oil went everywhere. I'm guessing something blew off of the condenser that they did, most likely. Every clip's left out of this. None of this is on. They just drilled a screw in there. Yeah, they didn't put something on right. It ain't got no Freon in it. There's a thing called Shop Fix that I've been a part of now for probably like half a year going on now. And it's completely changed my life. I thought we were gonna have to raise prices and do all this, and we've actually lowered prices and increased profits that way. Just by putting systems in place and by stopping, you know, certain runs we were doing and stuff that would take so much time, we cut that stuff down, and by cutting that down, it increased profits so much that we didn't have to raise prices. We were actually good for this year. So a little update on the Toyota. We got this thing ripped apart and it did break the clip. As you can see, this is the line that we saw hanging over here. I'm assuming whenever it blew off, it blew it off. But yeah, as you can see, this is where it goes. So we'll have to get a seal and a clip for this thing, and that'll fix that. Bumper off of it, ready to go. Don't ever want to service a transmission that's going out. That isn't going to do anything. Again, that's going to waste the client's money right there, trying to service a transmission that is going out 75,000 miles. I doubt it. Not on a Nissan, you know. We'll see though. Anything can happen for sure. They could be feeling a misfire, you know, and they think it's in the transmission, you know, if it's jerking like that or something. Nissans aren't bad about, at least not these Frontiers, bad about transmissions. Of course, Nissan CVT transmissions, obviously that is, you know, that it's bad. We have quite a few problems out of those for sure, but not really out of these transmissions. So we'll see what's going on. Normally I'll drive them, let them heat up for a minute, put my seatbelt on here. Sometimes I forget. Always wear your seatbelt. I've seen some bad crashes before. Could have been completely avoided by wearing your seatbelt, but we'll get this transmission nice and hot. That's normally whenever transmissions act up. A lot of times whenever they're cold, the fluid's real thick inside your transmission, so it allows for that extra clearance and you won't feel much slipping. So once as it gets hot, that's whenever you'll start feeling it getting bad. And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes it only does it cold, but most of the time it's whenever it's hot, it'll start slipping and you'll start feeling it, you know, and that's what it is. It's inside the transmission. Still driving this thing. It drives great, actually. No problems at all so far. As you can see, the transmission's been shifting perfect every time. I doubt, like I said, I doubt there's transmission issues with this thing. 75,000 miles. I'm gonna have him call the customer and get more information and find out what they mean by transmission issues and exactly what they're feeling. Like I said, we can service the transmission, you know, 75,000, it's definitely due for a service, but will that fix their issue? You know, that goes back to saying, you know, we can definitely sell them a service, but I want to make sure that we're fixing the root cause of their issue. But I'll have him call the customer first, get down to the root cause of the problem, and we'll pop the hood, make sure there's nothing, check the fluid, of course, you know, and just try to check it over and do our due diligence as well. All right, so we got a Nissan here. It looks like a Nissan Kicks, complaining about transmission issues and transmission codes in it, actually. So we're gonna check it out and see what we can find in it. These transmissions we always get from Nissan. We won't install any other aftermarket transmissions on the Nissan at all. Yeah, sometimes if you go and install an aftermarket transmission on these things, they're hard to program, so you can't get it to program. But this one's got 84,000 miles on it. They must have had someone look at it before, because they're complaining that they have transmission codes in it. So it had to have went to a different shop before it came over here. Uh-oh, yeah. Yeah, anytime we see these judder codes, that's it. We'll still drive it before, so we can give the extended warranty any samples that it's doing. But anytime you see a judder code inside of a CVT, I've learned that's it on those, you know. You're just gonna have to put one in it. We don't tear them down, we don't inspect them, we don't build them, we don't do anything to them, we replace them. You know, along with anyone, no one's gonna tear down a CVT transmission. People try to call all the time to get them rebuilt, and it doesn't happen. You know, you won't find anyone to do it. And unfortunately, that's the problem with Nissans. We'll go this way today. That's the problem with Nissans, is that as transmissions, their engines are pretty good to a point. Some of them are not, you know, but you know, a lot of times their 4 cylinders are pretty good. Yeah, you can feel that transmission just then. I don't know if y'all seen it in the RPM, but you felt it kind of judder right there. And they get a lot worse. I just felt it again. Harsh shift. You can't see it on the camera, but I can see it on the RPMs, and I can feel it where it's harsh shifted. You really shouldn't feel this thing shift too much, and of course it is. So these people have an extended warranty, and they've already called the warranty to see if they cover a transmission, and the warranty said, yeah, we cover one that we send to you. And it's like, nah. That's what they try to do. They try to get over on you, and a lot of people won't read their contracts, and it'll say like they'll ship you in a part. The problem is they buy the cheapest part they can and all of that, and we don't do that. We buy it from the dealer, and then we just tell them the customer's responsible for the rest. A lot of times the customer wants to pay the, you know, sometimes it's $1,000 off that you might save, but you might as well put a dealer transmission in this thing, be done with it, you know. That's what needs to happen in order to fix it correctly. There's a lot of shops out there that they'll just put in whatever the warranty company sends them, but it ends up biting you in the butt, the customer's mad, and then the warranty doesn't back it, ever, you know. So it's just not even worth it, and that's what we explain to the customers, that we can install it, but there's no warranty through us, you know. If I install it and it's bad, I mean, that's it, you know. The same with used transmissions is sometimes they have a year warranty, but they only cover half labor. They don't cover towing, they don't cover fluids, they don't cover anything. But that's the price you pay for buying a used one. Of course, a new one, we buy it from Nissan. Nissan covers it. You know, if there's something wrong with that transmission, Nissan's gonna pay us to fix it. All right, so we're about to start driving this one again. This is the GMC that we've been driving. Definitely gonna need a battery. But other than that, she said that she took off, went into reduced engine power, and it died on her, you know, nothing after that. This will be the 3rd time of driving it for around 20-30 minutes, you know, so after that, it's, you know, and the ball's in their court. I'd put a battery in it, knock out the oil change. Problem is, it's not gonna fix our problem. There's still oil in it. I checked the oil just to make sure, because it's so far over, and there's plenty of oil in it. So that's definitely not going to make it go into limp mode there. If there was no oil, we get them all the time that they do go into limp mode, and the customers ran them so far over on the oil change, there's no oil even in the car. So everything in a car is timing controlled by oil, and so if you run your vehicle over, you know, you're going to pay for it. I tell people, you know, that 80-90 bucks for an oil change is the cheapest maintenance you could ever do to your car. You know, it's going to save you money in the long run of things, no doubt about it. Because these people that go over on their oil changes, we end up doing their motors at 100, 150,000, and it's 10, 15,000 to put a motor in. Just pulling back into the shop with this thing, man, we never got it to die. So I'm gonna park it and see what she wants to do as far as the oil change and all of that. But yeah, as far as anything else, this thing, man, is perfect shape. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peter. Happy birthday to you. We're just doing another quality control here. This is the second quality control it's been through while it's been here. Is what we do is we just wait till it's warm in the afternoon. You know, our outside temp right now is hitting almost 90 degrees here in Texas. And I mean, we're just gonna drive it again, make sure everything we did's perfect. Make sure just after sitting there's no issues or anything like that. And this is just a quick around the block quality control. It's not a long one like we normally do. There's no sense in driving this one again, you know, 15 miles. But I do want to just drive it around the block. And is what this also prevents is whenever a customer picks up, I know for sure they're not going to have a problem after it's set in my parking lot for an hour or two and I go do another one, you know. I know it's good to go. I think we do. A lot of people are like, you go overboard with quality control. Well, we do, but you know, I advertise on we fix it right the first time, and we have the best service, and that's why is because I want to make sure that we do, and I want to make sure everything's perfect. This thing's blowing ice cold. We put a clutch in that car, and the guy just said that he put a clutch in it. But let me show you the clutch. Whoever put the clutch in, they put the clutch in backwards, and it was hitting. So he asked us to put a slave cylinder in it, and of course we didn't. He did not want to do the clutch. He was adamant that he was not going to do the clutch. Well, the problem with that is, whoever did it, as you can see, they burnt it up, but they put it in backwards. So they had this side facing out, which I don't know if you see that ring right there where it was rubbing. And it was actually rubbing this slave cylinder around right here, around this outer ring, and hitting because it was backwards. So now it's got the extra clearance it needs right there to be able to clear that. And that's what was wrong. And of course it burned the clutch right up, you know. Car wouldn't even move anymore in gear. But he was adamant about putting in his own clutch. He wanted to do his own deal, or not. He was adamant that he just put in a clutch, that he did not need a clutch. And we kept telling him, you do need a clutch. We assure you need a clutch. But he didn't want to do it, so we put a slave cylinder in there, put it back together, and of course it didn't run. We told him that. We tried to save him the money ahead of time, but it didn't work out too well. So he didn't want to do it, and then yeah, we ended up having to charge him again, which we told him. We called him several times to try to warn him, but he didn't want to do it. So I don't know why people don't listen. I think they think we're just trying to upsell him something, but in reality, he just paid twice the labor. We're not a shop that's going to upsell you stuff. We're not a shop that's going to lead you in the wrong direction. We don't need to. We have plenty of work out here for us. And then the other rows are full. All over there's full. And this is a Friday. All this needs to be gone. Most of this needs to be gone today, before we load it back up on Monday. So I mean, we don't need to upsell people and, you know, sell them the wrong stuff. You know, we just want to look out for your cars and look out for you and try to save you money. That's what we're in business for. I try to treat everybody like they're my own mom, you know. How I'd want my mom treated is how we try to treat people. So that's what we try to do here. But yeah, as you can see, we're gonna have another busy day. We're gonna try to get this van out of here. We're going to figure out this Lexus. We're writing an estimate on it right now. Just checking the O2 sensor voltage, because the O2 sensor is not reading anything. So like I said, we test here, we don't guess. So we're just making sure no fuses are popped. Go down to the O2, read the voltage at the O2, and make sure it's perfect, which he's looking at the fuses. So I'm guessing he already checked the O2 sensor voltage and there was none down there. So I'm sure it popped the fuse. So that's why he's putting a fuse in it, just to make sure it gets voltage again, and then we'll put an O2 sensor in that thing. All right guys, so we just wrapped up our Friday. I didn't get a lot of video of the end of it, just because we locked everything up, and I actually had to run across town here to downtown Belton. There's the courthouse there. But I ran over here. We went and picked one up from Alignment over there at Quality Tire here in Belton, and they're headed back to the shop. They're gonna finish locking everything up over there. And that's a week, so that's one of my weeks here as a shop owner. So this week was pretty easy. We had a lot obviously to do, but you know, just in general, it was a pretty easy week. It wasn't bad at all. super laid back, of course, like it always is at our shop, and we got a lot done this week, so I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with the guys, I'm happy with our team. For a little shop like us, man, we turned out some cars this week. I don't have the exact car count. I'm guessing around 30 to 40 cars that we turned out this week. We turned over almost the whole parking lot, so which is pretty impressive for a small shop like us, especially doing these big jobs. So happy with the team, super stoked. We had some interviews this week. I didn't post those, of course, on here, but you'll be seeing some new hires here in a couple weeks. We're looking for some people, and we're going to fill some positions, and we're gonna grow this team, and we're gonna grow this place, and we're gonna be the best in Central Texas. I mean, that's my goal. And I think we already are. Obviously I'm pretty biased, but I think we're the best around, you know. So I'm pretty excited. But yeah, thank y'all for watching this week. We'll have some more images coming next week. Of course, on Monday I'll start filming again, and I'll be excited and ready to go back. Everybody have a great weekend, a happy Easter. It's already going to be after Easter whenever y'all see this, but I hope everyone had a good Easter. And yeah, have a great one. Go to church on Sunday. Remember what Easter's for. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on Monday.